Welcome to The Digital Shift. We are your hosts, Jessica Green
and Natasha Roberson. Together, we are here to help you build a tech-savvy empire and take your business to the next level.
If you're an entrepreneur, social marketer, or business owner ready to scale smarter, not harder, this is the podcast for you.
Every week, we bring you expert insights, actionable strategies, and the latest trends to help you infuse tech into your business so you can automate, optimize, and grow.
From mastering automation and creating high-converting systems to building authentic customer connections, we cover everything you need to shift your business into higher gear.
So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and get ready to make your digital shift.
Let's do this.
Hello. Welcome back to the Digital Shift podcast. I'm your host today, Natasha Roberson, and I cannot wait to dive into today's topic. And it might be the perfect time for you to hear this. It may be a great episode that you'll come back to one day as your business is growing and scaling, right? Or it may be like, oh my gosh, I've been there and I've been so nervous to get back into business because of it, right? Today, I want to talk about burnout to boundaries, protecting your energy while scaling your business. I've been in business for almost 17 years, you guys. 17 years I've been in business, and there have been many moments of burnout, close to burnout, and so many lessons learned, strategies I've implemented, and how I now have boundaries that allow me to stay in the scalability phase of my business and not hit that burnout. So listen up. I have some experience here, and I am excited to share this because here's the deal. You have so much potential. You have so much inside of you to give to this world, and you must find boundaries. You must. So welcome. I am excited. Let's do this. So let me just share a quick little story of back in the day when I wasn't really using technology in my systems to the fullest. I had 3 brick and mortar businesses where we seen clients for personal training, nutrition, massage therapy, right? So I had 18 employees. I personally kept a 45-hour per week client load, was the owner of all 3, did all the finances, did all the scheduling, all the things, right? I had one office manager that helped me do all the things too. But at that point, I was living the dream. Well, then a great opportunity, right? I had that all under control. I was managing it. I didn't have kids yet. And I was like, man, this is amazing. Then an opportunity fell into my lap to also start an online business. So let's just add to it, right? Let's just add another one. I'm a go-getter. I am a opportunist. When I see an opportunity that makes sense, I step right into it and figure it out along the way, right? So I go ahead and do this. Now at this time, I have 1 child and 1 on the way. Okay. So things are a little bit busier. And this business, this new online business, takes off out of nowhere. And I'm like scaling like crazy. My traditional businesses are still scaling. And I'm like, I'm being pulled in 5 different directions. I felt out of body experiences of what was going on and having to be there, right? All the things. And this business online is going, right? In our 3rd month of business, we did over $300,000 in sales. And I was like, oh my gosh, like crazy. Well, as this is scaling, I started to hit a ceiling. Why? Because I couldn't take on any more. That's not fair to everyone out there that I had something that could seriously enhance their life. So if I'm burnout, if I'm hitting a ceiling and I cannot do what I know is best to do, I'm burnout. I was literally burnout, and I wanted to just Netflix and throw my phone away. I wanted nothing to do with social engagement. I wanted nothing to do with going out with friends. I was like, I am so done. Mind you, The income, the financial income that was coming in at that time was such a blessing, massive blessing. That didn't matter. I was done. I couldn't give any more of myself. I was extremely burnt out. I was at the point where I was no longer running my life, right? My calendar and other people were running my life. I didn't have time with my young kids, right? 2 and a newborn. I was running around like crazy. I was on calls all day. I was responding to messages throughout the night, and I was falling so far behind. That's when I knew something had to change, right? And that was the biggest lesson right there, was when all that was happening, life looked great, right? Everybody was so like, wow, you're doing amazing. But behind closed doors, I was like, I'm done. This isn't worth it. It's so worth it, you guys. It's so worth it. So today I'm going to talk to you about, even when you're feeling overwhelmed, right? And you're trying to grow your business, there are strategies that I'm going to share with you today that you can implement immediately to get the reset that you need to move forward and to create the boundaries that never lead you back to burnout. So let's talk about the real reason we burn out. The real reason. We lack systems and we're constantly in stress mode, right? And I don't mean like bad stress mode all the time. Stress mode in general, right? Busy stress can create burnout, whether it's good or bad, right? It's not just bad all the time. It's just when you're going, right? I also want to say it's not that you're bad at time management, because you might be really, really good at time management. It might be the fact that everything's on you. Everything's on you. That sound relatable, right? Let me just say, without automation or structure, every new client, every new lead, every new opportunity leads to more pressure on you. So you have this sense. Have you ever been in this position? I have, where I wasn't sharing about what I had to offer, because I said to myself, if I bring anyone new into my business, I have no more capacity for them. It will literally take me out. So I closed business, right? I wasn't talking about it. My business was closed in a sense. I wasn't bringing in new, because I was telling myself I didn't have the capacity personally to bring anyone new on. No, that's so funny, right? If I had some automation and I had some structure in place at that time, I would have never been in that position of not wanting to bring anybody into my business. I know you've been there. I know you've been there. Maybe you're constantly reacting instead of strategically leading. This was a big one I learned early on. I am not a reactor at all. And so many people will say to me, like, man, I just wish I had that, what you have right there. Something so stressful, right? So let me just give you, even just like this week right now in life, and in just life, I am not a reactor. I'm a strategic leader. No matter in family chaos, business chaos, relationship chaos, right? Friend chaos. I'm not a reactor. I'm very even keeled. I don't get emotionally involved, because emotions lead me down the wrong path of the wrong solution. I need to be even keeled. I need to think about it, and I need to lead with strategy. Okay. So even like this week, right? So all of a sudden my truck has a midlife crisis. All the lights are going on. My fuel line goes away. My speedometer is gone, like electrical chaos. And, a luxury vehicle doesn't cost a little bit to get fixed. Usually when you take that in to get fixed, it's like this massive bill, right? So I'm like, you know what? You just do what you got to do. Let's take it in. Let's see what's wrong, and let's make a decision. I'm very even keeled. Then my son decides he's going to play in 2 AAU teams, right? So we got 2 bills coming in of that. And if you have travel ball people, and my other son's in travel baseball, so y'all know the kind of expenses that go on with that. So my truck's not doing so hot. My kids are all wanting to play these sports, and we want to give them all those opportunities. Then my husband calls me after a dentist appointment saying, I got to have oral surgery, and I got to get a porcelain something fake tooth or something like that. And let me just tell you, this is all happening within 3 days. Okay. And then this morning, real life story, this morning I get a text from my husband saying, now my check engine light is on another luxury vehicle. And I'm like, we got this. And I'm very even keeled. Nothing like do I start thinking about it? Do I start strategizing? Yeah, but I don't dwell on it. I don't think of the negative. I'm always like, all right, let's move forward. And so that's where I've learned to not react, but to strategically think about it and lead through it. Right. So we just figure out the solution. We figure out what we're going to do. That will also be a great skill for you to empower yourself with so you can get through those chaos times in business, life, and just have that strategic lead through versus the reaction, right? Maybe you have some broken systems. Let's talk about the signs of a broken system, right? You're answering the same questions over and over and over and over. I've been there, right? System's broken if you're having to answer it over and over and over. You don't have a system that gives like the facts, the FAQs, right? You're onboarding for maybe your new team members or your new customers or your new business partners. Feels like chaos. There's no real true like systemized result-driven onboarding. Maybe it's just like chaos, right? You're forgetting to do the follow-up, oh my gosh, and feel guilty for slow replies. System's broken, if that's how you're feeling. Maybe you're stuck doing the manual tasks that don't move the needle. System's broken. So let me tell you real quick. Before I implemented automations in my business, automations, I use, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this next, reclaiming your time through automation. Okay. We're going to talk about it. But let me tell you, before I had automations truly in my business, true system of automations, I was manually following up, dropping the ball. I had a leaky bucket. I had sticky notes all over my wall, trying to remember who I needed to keep going through the pipeline with. I had literally no follow-up for purchasing customers or business partners that had said yes. It was like chaos. And I felt like I was pulled in again, 5 different directions at all times. And I just wanted to throw my phone out and throw my computer out and not have nobody have access to me. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. And at that time, I was a little bit leery on automations. I'm not going to lie. Right? I was a little bit leery and I was like, man, but if I automate this, they're going to know. They're going to know that this is an automated message and they're going to be like, oh, it's just one of those bots. It's just one of those bots. Well, here's what I found. That's a lie. Because automation, yes, it sends it to them automatically when something happens, right? A trigger happens, they comment a keyword, it sends it to them. But what I didn't realize was it's still my voice. It's still my message. It's still my journey of follow-up I want to take them through. And what I found was through automation, I got my time back, but I got connected to a deeper level with my clients, my customers, my leads, my business partners. Why? Because I had consistent communication with them and I wasn't dropping the ball anymore. I wasn't forgetting about them. I wasn't chaos and not giving them full information that they deserve because I was short on time or annoyed or whatever, right? I was able to reclaim my time, increase my connections, and scale my business. So if you're hesitant with automations because maybe you don't know how, maybe you're like me and you were like, I don't want to feel robotic. I don't want them to be like, oh, it's a bot, right? That's how I felt. I'm here to tell you it is only going to give you better results for your life and your business. Okay. So let's dive into that, right? So some key points when it comes to systems that are going to give you time back, not take it away, right? It's so true. I'm going to be really straightforward here. You have to put time in to set up the automations. You have to think through what's the journey I want to take them on. You have to take that time to build it first. And then that's where time freedom comes in. Once it's built and it's functioning, you get to sit back and just turn the dials a little bit. It doesn't take much time then. you're going to notice an increase in sales, an increase in connection, and an increase in conversations. And your business is going to soar. You're going to have an increase in your relationships. You're going to have less chaos, less stress, and zero burnout. Okay. But a lot of people ask me, like, what should I automate first? What do I need to take off my plate? I'm here to tell you here, like, automate right now, today, is your email and SMS follow-ups. You get a new customer today. What is the journey you want to take them on for the next 30 days? In the perfect world of you remembering to follow up with them, you remembering to tell them X, Y, and Z on these certain days, what is that journey? Chicken scratch it out on some paper and go, okay, as soon as they order, I want to send them a thank you. And here's what to expect. I know it takes about 5 to 7 days for them to get their package. Great. So on day 6, I'm going to send them another text saying, hey, it might be your package either has arrived or is almost to your house. As soon as you get it, what I want you to do is open up the box, make sure all your products are good to go, and send me a message letting me know you received your package. Then I would put instructions in there, right, of how to take whatever they bought. I'm talking health and wellness. It's been my life. The whole entire career has been in health and wellness, from athletic trainer to business entrepreneur online, right? So I'm going to talk a lot of health and wellness every time I talk about anything. Just like embedded in me. So like, and then it's going to be like, all right, today's day 1, right? You're going to have that already automated. And then you're like, okay, it's day 5, or you're into your first week of the products. This is what you should be noticing. Don't worry if you're not noticing these things. Maybe you add some stories in there to give them, like, you know, I'm here to tell you, objection in these emails is always fantastic. So like, so we had a product back in the day when I was in the field that when they started taking it and they were like not having the best gut health, well, it made them go a lot more because it needed to. I'm going to share those stories in those first couple weeks to make sure that they feel confident that what's happening to them, that they can relate to a story, is normal. I'm going to hit any objection I know in that journey in the first week to 2 weeks. I'm going to send them stories that give them the sense of, this is working. This is what it's supposed to do for me. And this is what I get to look forward to once I get through this phase. Okay. That's why this SMS and email follow-up is great. Then they get into week 2. What do you want to send them? Week 3, week 4, right? You can have this all planned out. Build your emails, your texts, and put it on a drip automation. The only thing you got to do is have the trigger be when they order. That's it. The rest is taken care of. They respond back. You get to manually have a conversation. If they never respond back, they are taken care of because you have it set up. You don't even have to remember. Let's talk about the onboarding of team members, onboarding of your business partners. What is the journey in the first 30 days that, you know, if they did these things and you gave them this instruction, this training, coaching, mentoring in the first 30 days, they are sure going to reach the goals that maybe they're going to make their first $500, their first $1,000. What's that journey? Map it out and build it in email, SMS, maybe in a course so that it's just automated. Let's talk about attracting leads on social media, right? We know just posting about a product or an opportunity just doesn't work anymore. People want this give to get, right? They want to get something of value for free, but they'll give you their email, phone number, their name, right? It's this give to get method. So it's called a lead magnet. What is something that your audience, that your followers would like die to have? This checklist, this how to drop 5 pounds in the next 10 days, right? Spring break's happening here real soon and summer's coming. So how many women, especially if your avatar is women, would love to learn how to naturally at home with food and the right proper meal, water, right? The proper routine could drop 5 pounds in the next 2 weeks. I think a lot of people would opt in to get that lead magnet, right? But if you have to send it to them manually, let's just say you have 3,000 followers and you get 10% of that, and I am horrible. So 3,000, you guys are laughing at me right now, times 10%. So out of that, because 10% is about how many people actually see what you posted, okay? That's why I'm doing 10%. I'm really bad with math, and that's really easy math. And so just laugh at me. So if you had this lead magnet that 10% of your followers wanted, that's 300 people are going to be like info, or meal plan, plan, right? They're dropping this keyword because they want it. Now you have to manually send them messages. Then you have to manually follow up with them. And we know if a lead magnet is given, the ultimate goal is to get them on your products, but it takes 5 to 12 touches to get a yes out of the final call to action. So if we have 300 people, let's just take the minimum, it takes 5 times to get them to say yes to the next call to action. So if we have 300 people that want the lead magnet, at least 5 touches for those 300 people would be 1,500 follow-ups. You're one person. It's a lot of follow-ups manually. Guess what? Let's just automate that, right? Let's just automate that. So when somebody, one big thing that we have a lead magnet people love is our call to action. We give high converting call to actions, those hooks, those call to actions to get people to take that next step. We give an entire guide and workbook on that. It is one of the biggest lead magnets that people want from us. Well, once they drop CTA in our social media DM, we send them a reply automatically. We send them a DM automatically. We confirm that that's what they want. They say yes. We then send them another message that say, hey, just drop your best email below. Boom, they give the email. As soon as that email is given, we're sending them an email with the lead magnet. Then we say, hey, we love to send tips through text message. If you'd like to receive that, drop the best phone number here, cell phone number. They drop their phone number. We send them a text. It's all automated. Then now they have the lead magnet. They have the text. They have the email. We then go, okay, in 2 hours, we want to follow back up with them. We want to send them a message just saying, hey, I hope you had time to consume it. One thing that I know is going to really help you with your business and the call to actions is this. Then a day later in the DMs, we're sending them another message. And then a day later in the DMs, we're sending them another message. We're following up in DMs. And because a lead magnet has so much value in it, we want them to consume it. We want them to get results, right? It's free. We're going to send them some emails for the next, say, 10 days. That's going to drive them to results with what they asked for. So now, because I know the perfect journey for people to get results is going to be at least, well, first we got to deliver it. So that's one. Then we have to follow up in DMs to make sure they got it. That's like 5 total. Then they get it, and we want them to actually use the content to get results. Because when they get results, what do they like? They want to come back for more of what you have, which is probably something that's selling, right? So now they pull out the credit card because they trust you. They know that they get results with you. So here we got 5 in the DMs. Then we come over here and we got 10 more. That's 15 touches off of one give to get method, a lead magnet. That's what converts. You're one person. You have 300 people that want that lead magnet. Can you actually do that? So automation, number 1, is going to increase and scale your business. Number 2, which is most important, is going to lead you down the path of time freedom and zero burnout, where you get to spend more time in your creative space, the space where you get to then think of that next crazy, awesome idea that's going to take your business from where you are to where you want to go. If you're bogged down by all this manual chaos, you'll never have that next idea to scale ever come. It will never have time to build and create in your mind and put it down to actually put it in action. You'll never have the time, right? Let's talk about some FAQ responses. Think about all the DMs and the text messages you get that are the same questions over and 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 over. There's many ways to do this. You can have FAQ on your website, right? You can have an AI bot, a conversational bot that you've just trained it, right? You've given it you've literally taken all this and put it into this AI bot, and it answers the questions for you. You answered them, but now this bot, right? We have Susie the bot. So if you go over to our website, self-made.biz, you'll see Susie the bot. We have fed Susie so much content that if you go over there and ask, what is Social Sync? Who is Natasha Roberson? What does Jess do? We have fed it so much, and there's still more to be fed in this AI bot brain. But now it frees up so much of our time that we don't have to answer those questions. Susie the bot does. It's our responses, it's our answers, but we freed that up, right? Automation is going to free up your time so you can be more creative and do more revenue generating work, right? So if you don't have right now wheelhouse, your business, where if somebody drops a keyword on your DMs, right? They drop a keyword on your comments, they just say info on your post. If you don't have a reply, a DM, at least that, just that alone. If you don't have that, you got to join us. You have to join and become a member of the Self-Made Hub. Why? Because, my friend, if you're not burnt out yet, you're about to be. If you have dreams and aspirations of having a extremely successful business and you want to not hit the ceiling anymore and you want to keep breaking through that ceiling, we have what you need. We were you. Hence why we have it. So let's keep going here, right? So I want to talk a little bit about time blocking and the digital boundaries. Listen, you have to build boundaries with your time. You have to. So let me break down some time blocking methods that I use. So I use Google Calendar. I have color-coded blocks. I have colors for family. I have colors for business building. I have colors for like team meetings and stuff like that. I have color for self-care. So when I look at my calendar, I can see with literally a glance if I'm over booking myself on certain things, knowing that if I keep this up, if I have too much business team time, right? If I have too much like where I'm not in revenue producing creative time space for me, if I have too much of that color on my calendar, it's going to be a week. It's going to be a week. That's not necessary at times. It just cannot continue. You have to have a well-blended color blocking calendar to have that smooth path to success without burnout. I'm just being honest. There are weeks that it's going to be overloaded with certain things that you're like, oh my gosh, right? And then there's going to be a week, spring break week, where it's going to look like, whoa, self-care, crazy, right? And less business stuff. Those things happen. But if it's a consistent overload of a certain color that leads to burnout, you can easily visually see the adjustments you need to make, right? In that time blocking, it's also critical that you have white space where there's nothing in there, where you can truly just breathe and think, right? So spring has sprung. It's a little chilly today. It's like 27 as I'm recording this today, but it's going to be 55 by the afternoon. So now that spring has broke and I love to get outside, I have white space in my calendar where I will just go on a 2-mile walk every single day, different times of the day. When I see that I have a block, I'm like, all right, 2-mile walk takes me 50 minutes, 45. But I can block out a whole hour and know this is my time. This is my breathing time. This is my thinking time. This is my movement time, all in one. It is so, right? It's so critical to do that. Otherwise, I might go and just fill it with more work. More work doesn't actually lead me to better work, right? So I need to take that time, that white space, and truly take care of you. So the work that you do is even better. I have a weekly CEO meeting with myself every single Monday morning, every morning, like clockwork. I wake up, I get my morning routine in, I come into my office, and I sit down and I have a CEO meeting with myself. What didn't work? What might I do different? And this is going off of my stress levels. This is going off of, do I feel like it was a successful week? Did we hit the goals we needed to hit? What might I do different? If I had feelings of stress, too much on my plate, I need to look at last week and go, what can I do different this week? And I take a serious look at everything. I have a CEO meeting with myself, right? Okay. Book that with yourself every single Monday morning or whatever morning is best for you. I also have closed hours, right? I have non-negotiable time, closed office hours. In whatever season you're in, it may look a little different for you, okay? And let me just give you an example of me. So I have 2 boys, super athletic in all the travel things. We are in the heat of AAU basketball and travel baseball right now. And I have closed hours. My closed hours for the season I'm in is when they're playing, when I need to be present for them, because what I do in business is for them, right? Ultimately. So when it's their time to shine, when it's their time they need my attention, when it's their time of things that they're passionate about and they deserve my attention, I'm closed for all office. I don't answer DMs. I don't answer emails. I don't answer Slack. I don't answer anything. This is protecting my space. I also have times during the week that are my closed. So like that's my non-negotiable with them. It's closed hours. Closed, right? Because the season I'm in. I also have some hours during the week that are closed office hours where I will not do DMs. I will not do emails and all that stuff, where I need to have time to have creative space. If I need to, I'm all in copy, right? I'm the CMO. I am creating words and experiences through words to you, to everybody. And if I don't have time for that creative space, that creative thinking, my emails are whoop, my copy on a sales page is whoop, right? Which doesn't help anybody in the company and doesn't help you. So if I want to provide value and I want to drive your results with copy, with my words to support you and the growth you deserve, I need to have creative space. If I have DMs dinging at me all day long and I have pop-ups on my computer and I have all this stuff happening, I am not zoned in creating the best experience for you in our business. So you must protect your creative time. Digital boundaries. You have to have digital boundaries, people, because you have a phone in your hand or a computer, right? At all times. You have to say no to DMs during creative time. It's you that has to say no. You must decide how many times you're going to check that email. There's been times in my journey where I'm checking email like all day long. You know how many times like I'll be writing an email, oh, let me check some emails. And then I go back to the email. It takes me like 4 to 6 minutes to get back into the zone. I have lost time. So I have a rule with myself. I check emails because I'm not good. Like they say to check it once a day to be very productive. I really can't do that. So I found what works for me. So find what works for you. I check it in the morning. I check it at like 10, 11. I check it at like 3. And then I check it at night. I check it 4 times a day. Those are my rules, right? So I checked it this morning. I cleaned it out, did what I needed to do. I'll check it again before lunch, clean it out, respond to who I need to respond. So 4 times a day, I respond an email. I used to do it like throughout the entire day. It wasted so much of my time. It was crazy, right? And have auto responders on your social media. They are your best friend. I promise. Here's another stat that might throw you like right in and say, I need this, is if you take more than 5 minutes to respond to somebody's comment of they are interested in what you posted about, if it takes you longer than 5 minutes to respond to them with the answer to how they can get more info, you have lost about a 400% chance that they will convert with you. They might convert with somebody else, or they might go find it on their own. But if you don't respond, then say bye-bye to that lead. That's a lot of pressure. So put those autoresponders on, my friend, right? So let me talk you through like my personal system for staying sane while I'm scaling businesses, right? So I'm here to tell you, you can scale with peace and not just pressure. You absolutely can. So my weekly rhythm is Monday. I start my Monday. I already told you I have CEO planning day. I look at what worked, what didn't work, what might I do different. I adjust this week's calendar and I go to town, right? Tuesday to Thursday is my execution blocks. These are client calls. These are team trainings. This is content creation, all the things, right? All the things, Tuesday through Thursday. Friday, it's my creative day. As I'm recording this, it is Friday. I was like, I want to record a podcast. It's my creative day. I feel open. I have so much like to give on a Friday because I have my overflow day. This is like the day I get to like just, right? So Fridays are my creative day. It's kind of my overflow. If there's things that still need to be done, I overflow it. And then Saturday, Sunday, it's really more depending because of the season I'm in. is it's all focused on the kids. Tomorrow, for instance, we have 6 basketball games. I can't be at all 6, but I can be at most of them, so they get my time. And in between of that time, I can do some DMs, I can do some overflow stuff. And then on Sunday, I'll be like, nope, I got to get this stuff done. So, it just looks different. But I spend multiple times throughout each day with white space that I take care of me, right? So sometimes you don't get a full weekend, but because you strategically planned out your entire week, you time blocked and you managed it, you get to take chunks every single day to take care of you, to be present with your family, right? So I also have, when it comes to tools that I use that have so much helped me scale, I use the Self-Made Hub. It's for all of my business automation. It's for all of my funnels, my lead magnets, my website, everything that's tech is in one place, the Self-Made Hub. I no longer have 8 things that I'm logging into, trying to get them all to work together. I have one login where everything is. I have my Google Calendar for time blocking. I have Loom. This helps me record videos and trainings that will save me time from repeating over and over and over and over. So when somebody asks me about something, I Loom the answer, and I always have that for future questions, right? I use Canva and AI tools that help me with content batching, right? When one thing I'll say is what gets scheduled gets done. What doesn't get scheduled gets dropped. You do not need more hustle. You just need more strategy, okay? Create a better business with boundaries. Scaling isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of the wrong things. That's why having that CEO meeting every Monday with yourself is going to make you more aware of what's necessary and what's not necessary. And so when you build boundaries, your business becomes more scalable and sustainable. You're going to attract better clients when you're operating in smooth waters versus chaos. So I want you to ask yourself, what will it cost you if you keep doing everything yourself? Will it cost you your time, your energy, your health, your creativity, your sanity, your relationships? What will it cost you if you keep doing everything yourself? So as I close this out, I want to invite you to audit your calendar. Look to find those time leaks. Set your first 3 digital boundaries. When you're going to answer DMs, when you're going to respond to emails, and when you're going to have meeting blocks. I encourage you to join the Self-Made Hub so you can get those automations in place. We have templates, tools, tutorials, and 2 tech-savvy mentors that are going to guide you through it all. So you can head over to www.self-made.biz/the hub to learn more about the hub. You can go directly to our website and see all the things. But if you do /the hub, you're going to go right to everything you need to learn about what the Self-Made Hub can do for you in your business. So my final encouragement to you, protecting your energy is the strategy. When you're at your best, your business will be too. So with that, protect your boundaries. Run the opposite way from burnout. And put systems in place and tools to help you so you can thrive and scale like you've never done before. So have an incredible day. I'm so thankful you spent this last 45 minutes with me. And I hope today you were able to take away some key parts and really key things like right now you can put into action so that you can avoid the burnout and scale with more time freedom. Have an awesome day, and we'll chat with you on the very next Digital Shift podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Shift. We hope today's episode gave you the tools and inspiration to take your business to the next level.
Don't forget, we have something for everyone to help you scale smarter. Whether you're just getting started or ready to go all in, we've got you covered.
Start with 14 days of free access to the Self-Made Hub, our all-in-one platform to automate, optimize, and grow your business.
Looking for more? Check out our Self-Made membership, where you can work at your own pace with help from your tech-savvy mentors.
Or take it to the next level with our 10-week accelerator program. Perfect for those ready to scale with expert guidance and systems all in one place.
And if you're looking for done-for-you options, from custom funnel builds to fully done-for-you marketing systems customized just for your business,
visit us at www.self-made.biz to explore all of our programs and tools and find the perfect fit for your business needs.
Let's make your digital shift a reality. See you next time.